Hello, hello, and welcome to another Min's Minute podcast, the 1 minute podcast where we get to learn from some amazing human beings. And today we have the wonderful Ashni. Hey, Ashni.
Hi, and thank you so much. I'm honored to be a part of Min's 1 Minute Modcast. So thank you so much
Fan-
for having me.
Fantastic. So let's get the difficult ones out of the way first. Um,
Absolutely.
Now, do you prefer a world where everyone suddenly breaks into song or where everything is narrated by the amazing Morgan Freeman?
This really is a tough one, but I'd have to say where everybody breaks into song because I'm an absolute sucker for musicals.
Oh, brilliant. Now, I know all the wonderful things you've been doing in the culture space. And for me, my whole career, I've tried to be my authentic self and bring that to work. I'd love to get your thoughts in your career around, how you help others with their culture and your experiences around doing that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think the thing about culture is it really comes down to behaviors. Behaviors drive people. And it's all about sort of showing up, like you said, as your most authentic self every single day and having that open behavior and almost that open mindset to encourage you to be the best version of yourself at work. Because at the end of the day, you can have all the most amazing systems in place. But, if you don't have the right people with the right behaviors, then culture won't work.
Yeah. Okay. And as you've been sort of, going through your career, I'd love to get some tips for our wonderful audience around, you know, what have you been doing in your career where you're like, okay, it might be a bit scary, but let's go for it and give it a go.
I think honestly, and a kind of a recent example that I can give of what I've been doing in my career that's really pushed me is taking the lead on a culture project actually recently, and it was extremely scary at first, and it was something where I was very nervous and I almost kind of pushed myself to get into that uncomfortable space and take the lead on this project and build those connections directly with the client that I was working with. And I think it's really paid off, and I've got an incredible amount of growth from it.
Cool. Now, on this modcast, I love to talk about networking, either on LinkedIn or in real life. Do you have any tips for us around any of those topics in terms of networking and being successful?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's almost as simple as just being bold. Confidence in anything is really just experience. And the more that you can sort of put yourself out there, whether that's virtually by sending a message on LinkedIn or in real life by just approaching someone for a chat in an event, the better that you'll get at networking. And hey, maybe one day you'll even end up having 25,000 followers and starting a 1 minute mini podcast.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. And let's leave it with what would you say is your badge? So when should someone sort of contact you and say, hey, I've got X, I need to contact Ashni?
I'd say that mine is if you need a boost of positive energy and a half glass full mindset. I always try and sort of energize the people around me and look for the good in any situation. And I absolutely love when I have conversations with people and they sort of leave feeling more motivated and inspired to tackle whatever challenge they have ahead.
That's amazing. Well, that's our time. Thank you very much, Ashni.
Great. Thanks so much for having me.
See you, everyone.